Hey, what is up, guys? So I am back, and I'm going to be reviewing the pay-per-view we had last night, Night of Champions. Now, normally we were going to try to get this into a discussion, but one thing or another comes up, and not everybody can make it, so I'm going to get through this. Now, I'm not going to talk about the pre-show, because that match felt really quick and just kind of thrown away, but we did go into our first match of Night of Champions, where, of course, every championship is contested, and we had Kevin Owens defeat Ryback. Now, I thought this was a good match. Unfortunately, Ryback was holding Kevin Owens back. You could tell Kevin was really trying to make both guys look good. Like, he really tried. He was putting his heart and soul into it. Ryback, surprisingly, actually didn't do as terrible as he normally does. Like, even he was on his A game, being his A game as most wrestlers, like, D game. But still, God bless him, he was trying. The match was pretty solid. I'm super shocked that Kevin Owens won this, especially that they just had Ryback defeat Seth Rollins. Thus, in my mind, if you defeat the champion, you're better than everybody else in the company. You're technically the best. You're the new man, right? Like, everybody that they defeated, you're now better than that because they couldn't overcome them, but you overcame the champion. So it's a weird booking that they made, Kevin Owens just go, pin Ryback, which kind of makes Ryback then look stronger than Rollins, which he did when he defeated him, like, on Raw. But whatever, I thought it was a decent match, so good. Dolph Ziggler and Rusev, they're continuing that stupid ass CW bullshit. My God, overall it was a typical, match between these two. They didn't really go out there. They didn't do anything new, anything we haven't seen. The finish with the whole shoe being thrown and stuff to put some, conflict between Rusev and Lana. I just was not feeling that. This feud needs to end. It's probably going to drag on for another month or two, and it's just getting stale. We also had the Dudley Boys versus the New Day. Awesome match. Both teams were, on their game right here, doing the best they could. I thought they really were just out there to entertain the fans. I mean, New Day, how over are these guys still? My God. Even with getting booed for some of the stuff they said, like the president, that's surprising, got a ton of boos. But then not surprising because Texas. But anyway, I thought that was awesome. They were out there. Both teams went good back and forth. The Dudley Boys won. They ended up getting also a 3D through a table to Xavier Woods. He sold out like a champ. Like, he oversold it, but it was great to see it. I thought this was a great match, very solid. And then we move on to another surprising match of the night. Charlotte versus Nikki Bella for the, Women's Divas title. Now, I know a lot of people are also still confused. I'm talking about, well, how is she the longest reigning Divas title? Divas title is different than the women's title, so, there's that. Surprisingly, Nikki Bella finally learned how to wrestle like a heel. She was doing all the stuff a heel should be doing, attacking one body part, trying to disable that part. Fortunately, it didn't work for her. Charlotte won, which was damn awesome to see her celebrating in there with Ric Flair. It was a great moment. I thought the match was really good. It was a good women's match. It was exactly what a face should be doing, exactly what a heel should be doing. Charlotte was, put over. She looked really strong in this. She legitimately looked like, she battled the odds and really won, and it served her good. So I was super excited to see that. And next up, we had the Wyatt family versus Roman Reigns, Dean Ambrose, and crowd interference, and that dude was tackled. Yeah, that was pretty funny. But anyway, we actually learned that it was Y2J who was back. A huge pop from the crowd. My wife and I, we both fanboyed on this one. It was great to see Jericho. I thought it was funny during the match. The crowd was chanting, "You still got it." It's like, dude, it's Jericho. Of course he still has. He's not like 55. He ain't no freaking old man. Like, look at the shape he's in. He's still there, of course. And of course, we saw that they lost the match. So obviously, they looked like they were teasing some sort of program with maybe Dean, Roman, and Jericho going into the future. We don't know yet. We'll see, but I think that's what they were playing out. Another really solid match for the night. This was really good. I felt it was a little dragged out, but I think it could have been maybe like a couple minutes longer and more fast-paced. There were just a few spots in the match where it was really dragging. So then we follow that up with John Cena defeating Seth Rollins for the WWE United States Championship. Another good match. John Cena brought his normal game that he's been having lately, since he's pretty much turned into like Hina Seal for half the fans. Seth Rollins, everything looked good. Both men were really out there, putting on an amazing show. There were some really good spots up here. Just overall, I thought this was a good match. And of course, John Cena gets the pin. Seth Rollins is leaving the ring, and then Sting comes in. And this match was really, really good on both their parts. Seth Rollins, having just worked a 16-minute match with John Cena, goes out there, does another 15 minutes with Sting. So he's been in there for almost 30 minutes just sweating to death under those lights, and he was really putting on a good show. Sting looked way better than he did in his last match for WWE, like way better. He looked way more on point. Unfortunately, we are getting reports that Sting got injured, possibly doing the powerbomb spot in the corner. It's unconfirmed right now, but I guess we'll find out more as it goes on. It would be really unfortunate if he was injured, especially that he lost the second match. He's 2-0, and that really sucks. And the great thing in this match was just the back and forth. It was surprisingly, for having Sting in this match, it was a fast-paced match. Like, I did not expect it to go this fast. I expected more of a WrestleMania feel where they were kind of just crawling around almost. So that match, Seth Rollins ended up beating Sting. There was visibly concerned people in the ring, with Sting. And then Sheamus runs in to cash in the Money in the Bank. And he doesn't get to cash it in, but here comes the big freaking red machine back with the mask. And another, I fanboyed again. I was like, finally, get rid of this corporate Kane bullshit if you're going to do anything. And, he attacked Seth Rollins, so maybe that's going to be a program going into Hell in a Cell. And if that is, I'm all up for that. I think they could do great with it. I think Kane is definitely, he can still wrestle once you just give him a good opponent. And obviously Seth Rollins even jumped for that chokeslam, so it actually looked like a good chokeslam. The tombstone wasn't Undertaker style, like his head wasn't literally at the waist. His head was like right there close to the ground. So they were in there, they put on a good show. I am so hyped to watch Raw tonight. I can't contain it. I thought this was a really solid pay-per-view. Overall, I would give this pay-per-view a 7.5 to an 8. Depends on just a few little nitpicks. I thought there was a really good spot in the pay-per-view where we had Bubba Ray just laying there, and like Big E just comes off the side of the apron, just lands on his head. How the fuck that didn't kill the dude is surprising, because that is a lot. Big E is a huge ass fucking dude landing on your face when half your torso is sticking out from the ring apron. So really phenomenal, some really good spots, really memorable moments. Overall, super satisfied with this pay-per-view. I think it was one of the better Night of Champions I've seen, so can't wait. You guys let me know your thoughts on it, as always, down below.